It's the last thing shoppers expected when they stopped in at Trader Joe's, finding themselves caught in the crossfire of a police standoff. So would you know what to do if your life were suddenly on the line?
Ivan Villegas is the managing director at Omnipresent Security. He specializes in emergency management and workplace violence prevention.
And he's here now with some advice that we hope you won't ever need. But in today's reality, you really need to know this. And Ivan, thanks for coming in. And let's start with just what we should do really when we're out in any public venue these days.
Well, nowadays you have to really be aware of your surroundings. It's called situational awareness, but not many people know what it is. And that's just basically being alert to the possibilities of, what could happen when you're out and about. And, with the ever-rising statistics in crime like this, you really have to kind of pay close attention to where the emergency exits are at a location, figure out where you're going to sit in relation to, where somebody can come in and possibly harm you. And just have a keen sense of awareness is the first thing I would say.
I understand being aware, but especially parents with children, how do you not cross that line of paranoia, especially in front of your children?
Well, you as hard as it can be, you got to try to remain calm as possible. Usually the kids will, follow your example. So if you can just, take care of them, take hold of them, and take them to wherever you're going to go and kind of lead them is essentially what you got to do.
And there's not really a right answer of what you should do in a situation once it unfolds, as it did for these people at Trader Joe's. You have to kind of gauge what's happening and then use your own best judgment. Is it ever going to be appropriate to approach the person who's armed? I mean...
No, the first option is always to get away from harm's way.
Yeah.
So obviously orient yourself to wherever the danger may be and get yourself out of there. That's the first option. If you don't know where the bullets are coming from in this case, you'd probably have to either get on the floor like many shoppers did and get to safety. At the end of the day, the only time that it's even advisable to try to confront the shooter is if they haven't shown a commitment to kill someone, and if you have no other options to either get to safety or hide.
We typically see after school shootings a bump up in security, armed security in some cases. We look at everyday spots now, grocery stores, movie theaters and such. Do you think we're going to see a bump up in security, armed or otherwise, because of cases like this?
It's really out of my expertise to say. I'm not sure, that many businesses, consider it too much liability to have armed guards. So it really depends on the type of business, the industry, and then so they have to take into consideration what the risk would be of having an armed guard versus not.
I think none of us really knows how we would react in a situation like this. Is this something that you try to teach people to kind of walk through so that if we are caught up in something like this, we don't freeze?
Yes, in fact, we actually provided some run, hide, fight training here at for some of your staff here at NBC, and basically it's a matter of teaching them options. Either we follow the motto of run, hide, fight, which is a national standard, but there are others out there. The matter of fact is you have to understand that you have to do something. You can't just sit there and freeze. So that whether it's run, whether it's hide, whether it's fight, but at the same time, like I said earlier, you have to orient yourself to where the danger is. And a lot of people, unfortunately, sometimes they either are too interested in looking to be looky-loos or to figure out what's going on, or worse, put it on social media. So obviously the first step is orient to where the danger is coming from and then act on it.
All right. Unfortunately, our new reality. Ivan, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.